Good afternoon, team. Dave here from HWPO Fitness, and thank you for joining me for what is a very impromptu session of Dave's Thoughts. I literally just pulled up and I was listening to Hack on Triple J on the way home, and the topic was addiction from opiates and heroin and things like prescription medication. The reason why this struck a chord with me is because a lot of people don't realise throughout my years of operations on my hip and on my ears, I actually became addicted to prescription medication, Panadine, Fort, codeine, Nurofen, things like that. To the point where it's probably one of the reasons why I've got this perler of a shiny forehead right now. My hair started to go grey when I was younger because of the amount of medication that I was on. I didn't think anything of that because obviously I never held on to that addiction, or that didn't follow through to later years in life. But a lot of people are aware of my addiction with alcohol, and a really important thing that I'd just like to get across, and I'll try and get this across in a really simple way, is that I believe once you have an addiction to something, or if you have an addictive personality, it's not something you can just click your fingers and it's gone. So what I had to do and what I found is just switch my addiction, which is why I have one of the hashtags these days, addicted to healthy, is because I have such an addictive personality. When I like something, or when I get a taste of something, then it's really hard for me to stop. So I switched my addiction from alcohol, something that was destroying me, to fitness and health, something that obviously has made me better and made me the person that I am today. And one of the shocking facts that I heard on this hack program was that 120 people are dying every single day from heroin overdose, or overdose from opiates, and people are suffering from addiction to prescription medication. And I think that a lot of people believe that there's no other option for them but to have this addiction to these drugs and to just take the drugs, and that's all there is in their life, that the pain will just always be there, and that they have to take these drugs in order to survive, and that if they have an overdose and die, well, that's just a result of having the addiction and having the pain. For someone who is in almost chronic pain with my back at the moment, and for someone who has found another way to cope with that pain, my message is that you don't have to resort to these drugs, and these drugs aren't the only way that you can deal with this pain. There are a plethora of other ways that you can manage this pain and actually get on top of it. And a lot of it starts up here. The physical pain results in emotional pain, which brings on traumatic experiences from the past, which just snowballs into this huge thing where you just sit in a hole and think that the only thing that you have to look forward to is the drugs, or the alcohol, or the bottle, or the needle, or something like that. And, from someone who's going through the exact same experience today that I was 12 years ago with the physical pain of my hip, to the point where you are immobilized, you cannot move, prescription medication and alcohol is not fixing me this time around, and I'm actually I'm fixing myself much faster, and I'm not resorting to something that's going to do even more damage to me. And that is health, that is mindset, that is trying to be optimistic and trying to be uplifted and surrounding myself with positive people and just trying to look after myself as best as I can. People out there are already broken. By putting drugs and chemicals into your body, that's not going to fix you anymore. But up here, you think that's all that you have. But it's not. You've got support networks out there. You've got people. If you're willing to just put your hand out and say, I need help, can you help me? You're going to have people throwing themselves at you to try and help you. I want to be one of those people. So I guess, long story short, I know too long, this is a message to anyone out there who's suffering from an addiction to something that's not helping them. I want to be there to help and support you, because I've been through it, and I'm living it right now, and I can tell you that I've found a better way to cope with pain and with trauma and with emotion than turning to the bottle, or turning to the needle, or turning to prescription drugs. Just imagine if one of those people turned to health instead of the needle, then we could reduce that number from people dying from overdoses from drugs that they think they need because of the pain that they're experiencing. Just one person. Imagine if they turned to health and started jogging every day instead of putting a needle in their arm. Imagine if we got to all 120 of those people a day. 42,000 people a year we could save from turning to drugs and alcohol and other abusive things just from learning to take care of themselves better. Food for thought, and it's playing on my mind now. I can't stop thinking about it, and I probably won't stop thinking about it, and I'm probably going to turn it into a whole series of videos because I feel so strongly about it, and I've got so much to say about the issue. There is a better way than turning to the bottle or the needle or to prescription drugs to fix yourself. I've found it, and I'm ready to talk to you if you're ready to hear me out. Love you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Remember, HWPO. See you guys.